EpicCouchTime.
Hey.
Oh, hey, man. How's it going?
What's up, brother?
Not much. We need to get better at that side-to-side handshake.
Brother. You know how hard it is to shake a hand when you're on the couch next to somebody? You're not facing them. I don't know.
It was more awkward that you gave me your right hand and I gave you my left hand.
Sure. Sure.
It kind of became this holding hands thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oops. I don't
What
want
are you?
Oops.
Excuse me?
I'm on the wrong. Sorry.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I hit the wrong thing again.
Hey. I know that you've got, like, ideas for maps and stuff, but...
We're not
That's
not this
That's
one.
not the time.
Now is not the time. I want to do the 100 Mario challenge, not the 10 Mario challenge.
Okay.
Normal, like always.
I want to see you eventually get to expert.
Dude.
I know storytelling and this game.
Yeah, I
is
mean, if I'm
tricky.
going to expert, you're doing all the talking. Because I'm going to be focused.
Hey, man,
Laser focused.
I hope all you viewers are really enjoying this. This is kind of like becoming more of like a podcast kind of thing than it is like really gameplay. But I'm really fucking enjoying this.
Wow, that's really Japanese.
I
Sorry, I
don't
didn't
know
mean
if
to cut you
Henry
off.
is.
That's
You're not cutting me off. I'm asking if you're enjoying doing
Oh
this.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. Oh wow, that's great. Now
Hit the
what?
blocks. See if something comes out that's poopy. Perfect.
Works. Works for me.
Is this gonna be a hard level or an annoying one?
One
One can only...
God damn, this is looking pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking... What?
Oh, time. Oh, God.
Oh, because you get big.
Oh, shit.
You have to...
Hold on.
Check if one of those is like a damagey thing. Or just go for it. Just gun it.
Oh my God, this is hard.
Is there any way of knowing when it...
Yeah, in the corner, top corner.
Oh, I see. You're gonna have to like crouch jump or something. 4, 3, you're fine.
Oh yeah, baby.
Good job, man. I knew I could believe in you.
I believe in you, Kyle. That was great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's kick this off with a story. Hank, you got one?
Yeah. So one of my coworkers was talking to me about traveling the other day, and it reminded me of one of the stories that happened to me when me and another friend did a little backpacking trip across Europe, and it was.
That was after high school, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was after high school, and it's a pretty interesting story. So it starts out like this. My buddy really wanted to go to a strip club while we were there, and I'm just like, it's not really my thing, but I thought, you know what, I'll go
strip.
for him.
You'll strip.
I'll strip for you.
Yeah.
Is really what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I thought, you know what, fine. I don't really want to go, but I'll go for you, you know, and whatever. So we're in Paris, right? And we end up going to a strip club in Paris or whatever.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
So
fuck.
the strip clubs in
You just go. You just go.
hold on.
Fuck,
Damn it.
dude.
So the deal with the strip clubs in Europe, most of Europe, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but there's like when you go in, they try to get you to buy drinks for the strippers, which like extremely jacks up the price, like significantly.
Wait, is that along with on top of tips or whatever?
Yeah, no, that's like you buy them a drink and you pay for their drink, type of thing. But it's like a real like rum and coke was like $20. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
so it's like they're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So the deal was, we figured out what that was all about.
Oh shit! You got it.
And while we were there, whatever, we both get the lap dances, and I'm like, whatever. I mean, it's like I don't mind it, but I just feel kind of awkward because I'm like, what's the backstory with these girls? Like,
Right, this is a person still.
yeah. This is still a person, like not an object. So it's just kind of weird. So anyway, you know, they come and ask me if I want a drink, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have a drink. And somewhere along the line, that got misinterpreted to she'll get a drink too.
Ah.
So I'm like, fuck. So this was supposed to be like
Jesus,
a 20 euro lap
Look at all
dance.
those dry bones.
Oh my god. So this was supposed to be like a 20 euro lap dance, right?
Okay.
And I get everything's done. I get the bill, and they're like, it's like 150 euros for me.
Fuck.
I'm like, I don't have any of that shit on on file with me right now, or any of that cash in my pocket. So
yeah.
So I basically told them like, I'm sorry, I can't pay this. And they're like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. And I'm like, oh god, what's gonna happen to me here?
You're gonna have to wash the dishes.
Yeah. So basically, they're like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go with the bouncer to an ATM and get money, and we're gonna keep your friend as collateral.
Are you kidding me?
And I'm like, okay. So that's that. I'm like really nervous. So we walk out, and this guy like could not have been more of like a stereotypical European bouncer. I mean, he was just like he looked like a really big Steven Seagal. Okay.
I've never heard this story. I was expecting you telling me like something I kind of already knew.
No. So this guy's like, so he's talking to me, and this guy's like, oh yeah, I used to live in Miami, here's, American, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy, just take me to the ATM. So we go to the ATM, I put my PIN in, and I'm like trying to get the money out of the thing, and it doesn't work.
Are you kidding me?
Doesn't work. I turn, I like just white face. I turn back around to him. I'm like, it didn't work, man. I don't know what the deal is. And he looks at me. He's like, it's okay. We'll go to another one. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm thinking like,
just go. Can you?
Can't. No.
Fuck.
So I need to keep the wing cap
hat
thing.
Yeah, 'cause it's right there.
So anyway, he's like, we'll go to another one. I'm thinking in my head, like, that's not going to work. Like, there's, like, if it doesn't work on one, it doesn't work on all of them, right?
Maybe.
So we go to the next one, and by some miracle, it works. So I withdraw, like, all my money.
What?
And then, as I do that, I go, like, he's like, oh, yeah, see, I told you it worked. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we go back to the strip club, and, like, my buddy is just sitting on, like, this couch with probably, like, 20 strippers, and he's like, it's like out of a movie. He's like in the middle, and all the strippers are around him, and he's having like a great time with these strippers. And he's asking him, he's like, oh yeah, I'm talking to like Cindy over here, and she's studying to be whatever, and he gets up, he's like, okay, well, see you later, ladies. And I'm like, oh my god, you don't know what I just been through, man. Like, yeah, like, I almost had to sell you into human trafficking.
I almost lost you.
So anyway, we were up
and over.
There we go. Let me just.
Why does Bowser sound like a dog sometimes?
I think that's the idea. Dog's name.
What?
Bowser's dog's name.
I don't know if that's right.
I don't know. I mean, I have no dog's named Bowser, so.
Me too, but that.
Anyway, back to the finale of the story is I paid them and we ended up leaving, but it just was a very stressful event.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple more stories.
Didn't he like almost get kidnapped too?
Yeah, he did. So we were in Munich, Germany.
I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Well, it's kind of funny now. I mean, it's abduction's never funny, I guess, but it's just I don't know. Like the context now is just kind of weird. So like we were just waiting for a train in the Munich station in Germany. I think we were gonna try to go visit like a Holocaust museum or something. And,
okay.
As we're waiting, I'm like, dude, I gotta take a piss. And like, you gotta understand, this train station there weren't a lot of people in it, and especially like the platform we were on was kind of like a secluded platform, which was it was really weird all around.
Okay.
But whatever. I mean, there were still some people there. It wasn't like we were the only ones. So I go to the bathroom and I walk out, and Matt's like nowhere to be found anywhere, and
which is not good.
And
so Matt's gone when you come out.
Yeah, so Matt's gone when I come out, and I'm like, I don't know where he went. So and like this was back in the day when like Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
How do you pow? I'm assuming those mushrooms are there for that exact reason right there. They're like extra lives within the level.
What do I do?
I think you just ride it.
Just ride this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So anyway, I go back to the hostel because I'm like, well, I guess because we made an agreement where like if we ever get lost or whatever, we just meet back at our hostel that we're staying at, whichever one we're at the time.
Stop picking up those mushrooms if you don't need it, dude.
I'm trying to. It's like
I know,
my jump height is like it makes me get them.
I understand, but they're like your extra life thing. Oh fuck.
Jeez, this is gonna be hard to tell a story on this one.
Just tell it. Go on. So you agreed to meet at the hostel if anyone got lost.
Yeah, so we agreed to meet at the hostel if we got lost. So anyway, like I go back to the hostel and I wait for probably like an hour, and then he finally shows up and he's like, dude, you're never gonna believe what happened to me. And I'm thinking like, yeah, probably not, considering you've been gone for the last hour.
Right.
So he proceeds to tell me that after I walked into the bathroom, this group of guys like approached him, and like they didn't say anything to him. They just started walking towards him, and he like just got this like bad feeling about it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So he's like, so I started just walking away from them, and as he's walking away from them, like he starts picking up a little bit of speed, and they start picking up a little bit of speed, and then he like starts like kind of like jogging, and they start kind of jogging, and then he just starts sprinting, and like they're running after him.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, like some shit's going down right here.
It's more than just like.
So here, I'm just gonna get you to play this.
Oh,
while I'm
Jesus,
talking.
okay.
So anyway, while they're chasing him, he's like trying to dip into a room and shit. So he's like, I gotta find like an exit or something. So he's running, and this is another thing that's like straight out of a fucking movie. He's running, and he ends up in this hallway with one door at the end. Like there's nothing around him. It's like dead end. There's a doorway, and by some miracle, this door was open, and he went into it, and it locked behind him, and he like lost the people. Okay, but he was like in the inner workings of this train station now, at the time, so he's trying to find a way out, I guess.
Wait, he was
wait. So he's like into like a restricted area, basically. He's like in like the back end of this train station that you're really not supposed to be in, but he's there, like some mechanical room or something.
Right.
So
dude, how the fuck you can't do this level?
Yeah, I would.
How do you
hold minus?
Yeah.
So anyway, he's in this room and he's like trying to find a way out. So he keeps like walking. He finds like a catwalk, and he just like keeps walking through, and he keeps like,
wait, this is way more than what you originally told me. I thought it was like it ended at the door.
No. This keeps going. So it's like he's walking along this catwalk, and it's like a Willy Wonka thing where like the corridor keeps getting smaller and smaller until he just ends up with like this like door that's above him. So what he does is he goes to push through. He pushes the door open. It opens up, and it's one of those like I don't know what they're called, but it's like the doors that are on like the sidewalk that you open up, and it so you can load things into like a basement of a restaurant.
Right, like the little hatch. Or
yeah,
whatever.
It's like a hatch thing. So he like pops out of one of those, like he's just been like birthed by the train station or something, and so he gets out of there and he just runs back to the hostel because he assumes I'm there, and he tells me this whole story, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, you almost got abducted. And then we're like, well, I guess we better get a beer now. Like,
Jesus,
because we were 18 at the time. You could drink over there when you're 18. So
it's still fucking nuts, though.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
What the fuck?
It was ridiculous. So it was just like really terrifying looking back at it. But I guess we didn't really quite understand like the magnitude of what it was. But nevertheless, it was pretty scary.
Well, I'm glad that he has not been abducted. Like that's not like actually what happened or whatever.
Yeah. No, me too. I mean, he lives in Texas now, so.
Does he?
Hmm?
I did not know that.
Yep. Sure does.
Sure does.
All right, I'm giving you one more shot on this.
Yeah, I know. I
oh boy.
God.
Oh boy.
I got this.
All right. Well, on that note, next episode we'll give you some more stories, I guess, and then complete Mr. D or whatever the hell this thing's called. Speaking of the Germans, Das Schlossschwer, Mr. D.
Mr. D. All right, well, see you.
Well, see you later. Das Schloss.
What? Oh,
getting the D from Das Schloss.
Mr. D. The big capital
The big
D.
Mr. D.